Hello students. In this lecture video, I'll be discussing chapter 21, Neural Control and Coordination. First, note what is deleted in the revised syllabus, that is topic 21.5 and 21.6. These are deleted. We have to discuss these 1, 2, 3 and 4 topics. So let's get started. Firstly, let us understand few terms. That is, homeostasis means that the body temperature of the organism is regulated by a process called as homeostasis. Generally, in warm-blooded animals, they maintain or regulate their body temperature, that is referred to as homeostasis. Next is coordination. Coordination means where two or more organs they interact and complement their functions. For example, when we are doing heavy physical exercises, energy demand is more, there is increased muscular activity, as well as supply of oxygen will increase, the supply of blood in the heart will increase. So all these things are coordinated with each other. In this chapter, we are going to understand the neural core control and coordination, means the nervous system. So let us first understand what is the neural system. It consists of specialized cells called as neurons or nerve cells, which can detect, receive, as well as transmit the different types of signals or stimuli. The neural organization is also very different. Like in lower invertebrates, like in Hydra, only a complex, it is not that complex, only a network of neurons is present. Coming to insects, where brain is present and a group of nerve fibers or ganglia is present. In case of humans, if we talk about the vertebrates, they have a well-developed neural system. In this chapter, we are going to cover the human neural system. So now, let us see that how this is divided into two parts. One is central nervous system or central neural system, and another is peripheral neural system. The central neural system composes of brain and spinal cord, which are the major sites of processing and controlling the activities. The PNS consists of the cranial nerves arising from brain and spinal nerves arising from spinal cord, and the nerves can be of two types, afferent and efferent fibers. Afferent means from the different organs the signal will go to the CNS, or impulses will go to the central nervous system, that is afferent fibers. Efferent means that from the CNS to different body parts the signal will go, the instructions will go, that is through efferent fibers. Now this peripheral neural system can be divided into two parts, somatic neural system and autonomic neural system. Somatic neural system mainly contains the actions or impulses which has to go from CNS to skeletal muscles, or we can say these control voluntary actions. Whereas autonomic system, they transmit the impulse from CNS to involuntary organs, means they are going to regulate the involuntary actions. This autonomic neural system can further be classified as sympathetic neural system as well as parasympathetic neural system. Sympathetic neural system mainly means the fear, fight and flight, and parasympathetic means to calm down the body to the normal relaxed state. Lastly, let us look at neuron, which is the structural and functional unit of neural system. You might have seen this diagram before. I'm zooming in. This is structure of a neuron. These are dendrites which will receive the impulse, the stimuli it will detect. And then these Nissls granules are fragments of endoplasmic reticulum, which helps in the metabolic activities. Through the nucleus, through this axon, it will be transferred to the next neuron. Spaces between or the junction between two neurons is called as synapses, which is held by the synaptic knob. Now over here we can see a layer, a sheath that is called as myelin sheath, which is formed by Schwann cells. Now in between, for the conduction of impulses, there is a gap called as node of Ranvier. This is the terminus of axon, which is ending in synaptic knob. This releases neurotransmitters. So here, the electrical signals which are coming at this end, it is converted into the chemical signals, because chemical signals diffuse faster than electrical signals. Now, depending on the number of axon and dendrites, the neurons can be of three types: multipolar, like this, one axon and multiple dendrites; Bipolar means one axon and only one dendrite, not multiple like this. And unipolar means that only one axon is there and dendrite is not well differentiated like in embryonic stage. Then there can be two types of fibers, myelinated and non-myelinated. From the term itself, it is clear. Myelinated means the fibers which are having myelin sheath, and unmyelinated or non-myelinated means where they are not covered with the myelin sheath.